Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We are excited to have Gina Crosheck back with us, the owner of PrismsScape Gems and Healing Center. We have some good news. Also, she's got a new phone number. You could text with any questions. All right,
Yes.
let's get to it. 319-359-8886. And what is the website, darling, so people can reach out to you?
It's www.PrismsScape, PrismsScape.com.
Beautiful. And we've been talking for a long time. I've gotten to know her and her family very well. And she's always
Yes.
just a doll. She's just a true, genuine, kind person, which is so important. And let
Thank
alone,
you.
she's doing such great work bringing, divine service to all of us, whether it's past life regression, helping with crystals, and all so many things. So let's just remind everyone the jewelry, the gifts, the crystals, all available at this metaphysical company. And you're based out of Iowa City, Iowa. And of course, you can purchase
Correct.
stuff online. So we
Yes.
are excited to have you here. And if you do have any questions, even today, just shoot her a text. And let's get started because I know we have some great topics for the day. So
Yes.
let's see. Negative people. Do you know anyone? I think a lot of us do, right? But how
Yes.
can we protect ourselves from that negative energy without it sucking the life out of us? And here she is today, and she will address this issue. So listen up. Negativity in your life, negative people at the office, someone in the family. It's possible. So I cannot wait to
Oh,
talk about
yes.
today because this is
Yes.
something I'm interested in. A lot of people are because
Yes.
you don't want to be drawn into that and be just as negative. So what do we do? Fill us in.
So there are several different ways of bringing protection to ourselves, energetic protection to ourselves. And the first thing that we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about different crystals that are particularly good. They're really good for helping you. At the office, I have several people who've taken certain of these crystals to their office, put it on their desk, and just let it sit there. Or, for instance, we have kits in our shop where we put things in the corner, several crystals in each corner of the shop, so that it just cleans and clears the energy on a regular basis. Probably one of the most powerful stones that we work with is a stone called shungite. It's spelled Shungite, and it comes out of Russia. And this is a silver shungite. And one of the absolutely fascinating things about this stone is that the silver shungite detoxifies water, and people will put it in their water bottles, and clear it. And then the lake that it's in Russia, it's right on the border of Finland and Russia. I talked with a woman who's from that area, and so she was telling me that one end of the lake is clean, and the other end of the lake has waste from industry. And so it's one of those things that it does more than just offer us protection. It's an exceptional stone for protecting us from electronic transmissions, the frequencies that people oftentimes are worried about. So you have shungite little tabs that you put on the back of your phone. And because a lot of people, yes, and so a lot of people use
Oh,
these to protect their heads from the
cool.
EMFs. Yeah,
Didn't know
or
that.
TFs. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay, I got to get some of this. All right.
yeah,
Wow.
okay. And this is another piece, just a different, this is actually
Uh,
in the shape of a Vogel crystal. It's a shungite as well, but it comes in different forms. I wear a shungite bracelet every day, and to protect me from different energies that are around. And some of the others that we have today are a black obsidian.
mm-hmm.
And so you can see a theme of the black. it's sort of like absorbing the darkness
Mm-hmm.
for the clearing process. And so that's one reason I wore black today, even though it's a little blingy. So, yeah. So, yes, so black obsidian. And I'll show you something that's just fascinating. So, this is a black obsidian um, arrowhead.
Oh,
And it is black obsidian is glass, but
okay.
it's glass from volcanic eruptions.
Oh, wow.
And so you'll see obsidians in other colors, but they are created by humans
Okay.
and rather than a volcano. But the black obsidian is a natural glass that's come as a result of a volcanic explosion.
Ooh.
And so it's pretty good for protecting. And we like that. So what happens when people when when we're in this state of needing to protect ourselves or we just want to feel comforted in feeling secure that somebody else isn't going to start sucking our energy. So,
Yeah.
and there are several techniques that I'm going to talk about later, such as cutting cords that we'll deal with. But for now, we're just looking at the crystals that can be in your environment and still do the work and help you. So if you've got people coming in or neighbors or anything like that, and they're people that you'd really want to have their attitudes, their negative attitudes. So there's a difference. You've got the negative attitude, but then you also have people who are actually what they call energy vampires. And so it becomes so these crystals are going to be helpful in working with those people and making it dissipate and be less harmful to you. Because probably one of the best of all of the black stones is it's called black tourmaline.
Ooh.
And this is in matrix. It's just a beautiful stone. And it's in matrix, so this is natural. It hadn't been tumbled or
What does it
anything.
mean when you say a matrix? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar.
So you see the white.
Okay.
So that's the area in which
Uh-huh.
it's a stone that grows beside it.
Okay.
So when it's in matrix, it means that you are taking a piece of it that is
Mm-hmm.
in the surround of what it grew in.
Okay.
And so, yeah, so it's pretty special.
Awesome.
And a lot of people will literally just put a piece of black tourmaline beside their computer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, it's dealing with the energies that are coming off of the computer itself, the electro frequencies that are coming. And so it just sort of sets up a shield of sorts to protect you physically
Okay.
from the transmissions that are coming off of that high energy machines. And let's see.
Hmm.
This is one that's sort of fascinating,
Okay.
and it's called stick bite. Um, it's been it's another one. It's got some lead content though with it. No, this is more black tourmaline. I apologize.
Okay.
Okay, and then generally there are several stones that are called master crystals, and they oftentimes will also be protection stones for us. And two of these that we'll look at today are amethyst, which is one of everyone's favorite because it's purple and it glistens and it is
Wow.
just a beautiful stone. So, and amethyst is one of those really interesting stones that it grows most places in the world. And but the color varies based on where it's from. So this amethyst is from Uruguay, which is has the darker color of purple, and it can absorb. And then another one is fluorite.
Wow. That's
And
pretty.
fluorite,
Wow.
oh, fluorite's just magnificent. It's one of those stones that helps you with literally everything. So it is a protection stone, but it also helps with clarity and getting organized. And so if you need to be calm, fluorite is the one that you want to pick up. And if you want to start getting yourself organized and pay attention to detail, than fluorite. And it's one of those just beautiful stones because it comes in all these different colors. So that's a
Wow.
purple fluorite. And
Ah,
it grows in China, it grows in the United States. So it's different places, but those are the two of the more popular ones. And so it's even in blue, blue and purple. So you have a rainbow fluorite as well. And so, yeah, these are all going to be useful to us. But we also did put together a protection
ooh.
kit because we work with paranormals. Do you know what a paranormal is?
Well, I know the word paranormal, and isn't it someone that is it that communicates with someone on the other side,
With ghosts,
or yeah,
yes, or
okay, okay.
spirits, yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but a lot of times paranormals will deal with not so nice spirits.
Ooh, yeah, I've
And
seen
so
those
they
those
go
ghost
in
hunter
to
shows.
clear.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. And so they'll go in to work and to help clear spaces. A lot of times, in fact, houses will not sell because they have ghosts in them or
Wow.
spirits that aggravate people and work to scare them. And one of the interesting thing about that realm is that you have different kinds of spirits because
Yeah.
you have some places like um, Madison House or something like that. You have these different locations that
Okay.
the ghost in there, the spirits in that place, have agreed to teach people that ghosts, that spirits are real. And so they are very kind. They're not going to scare you. They're not going to hurt you. But then you have others that really could hurt you. And so you have people who specialize in going into these places to clear those energies, those negative energies out of there and return those people who are trapped on the earth to the light. And so actually get them passed over into the light.
Wow.
And so we worked with our local paranormal group to create a protection kit.
Mm-hmm.
And the stones that we worked with are black amber. And this is probably one of my absolute favorites. And it is because you can hold it above your head and then you can just ask it to come down and literally, it's a resin because amber is fossilized resin. And the black amber has just, it's a little less mature than the golden amber. And so you hold it above your head and it comes down around you. And you are sort of sealed in the energy of the black amber for the day. So a lot of people, I had a friend who'd go, whenever she went to work at the hospital, she would put it down around her and then she would wash off later with it, clear herself when she walked out. And so
Awesome.
then another part of that kit is black tourmaline, which we talked about, which is a purifier. And then a Herkimer diamond. Let me see if I can find one of those.
Ooh. What is a Herkimer diamond? I've never heard of that term.
It comes from upstate New York, actually. Originally, there's some out of China,
Wow.
and so, or in Pakistan as well. So it's a double terminated quartz crystal.
Okay.
Let's see if this can show you better. And so it is
Oh.
another really good one. It blocks lower vibrations
That's
and
so
negative
pretty.
thought. Isn't it pretty?
All
The
so pretty.
bracelets are beautiful. And we make one of our staff, Lara, makes necklaces and bracelets with these.
Okay.
And so they're quite wonderful.
Wow.
And let's see. And then selenite, and selenite comes in different, it comes in white.
Mm-hmm.
Crystallized divine energy is what a good friend and crystal author talked about. It was the with selenite clearing us. Most of the selenite comes out of Morocco or the
Ooh,
deserts.
okay.
And we have palm stones. So it's one of those things that you could just hold, and it's a real comfort. It's one of the energies of it are extraordinarily comforting, but it's also a protection stone at the same time. And it's helping us to better um, keep clear.
Okay.
Yeah. And then smoky quartz. And smoky quartz is just what it says. It's quartz, but it's got that brownish color in it and is it's one of my favorites. I love it. And so we have that, and then um, this is a sphere of it.
Ooh,
So it grows, it's different colors based on, again, where it comes from. So, and then this is a smoky quartz as well.
wow.
And so take, to make our kits, we use tumbled stones of these particular uh, crystals that I've just talked about.
Wow.
And
How many,
yeah,
I mean, where do you keep all these? Do they have to be stored in certain conditions? Because I know we're always talking about your crystals. Is there like a certain thing that keeps them more energetic, more natural?
one of the things about selenite that is very useful is selenite cleans and clears everything. Okay, and it's self-cleaning itself, so you don't have to worry about it absorbing any of the negative energy. And so for the kits, we've put everything into a small pouch, and with it, we have the selenite. So whatever work the other stones are doing, the selenite is cleaning that energy and refreshing it, continually refreshing it, so it's ready to keep doing its work.
Wow. Wow, wow,
And
wow.
and in terms of the other stones, you can periodically put them on selenite. You can also, some people will, if you know Reiki, you can use this particular Reiki symbol. If you want to, you can put them out in full moon energy. Generally, I would avoid putting them out in the sunshine because it'll change the color. And but you can also, if they are not, if they can be run underwater, you can always clean them with clear water, cold water, and you can also put them in rice as well. So there's several different ways of keeping your crystals clear. So
Nice.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah,
for sharing. And we still have
yeah.
plenty more time. I just want to remind everyone the new cell phone number 319-359-8886. 319-359-8886. If you have any questions, call or even text. And if you are just tuning in, don't forget, visit their website as well. Gina Crosheck is awesome. She is PrismsScape, prismscape.com. And again, she's the owner of PrismsScape Gems and Healing Center. They're a metaphysical company based out of Iowa City, but she's helping with so many people all over with the Reiki, with the crystals, you name it. And so exciting today. We're trying to learn how we keep out negative energy from people, whether it's family, coworkers, friends, and the things that you could do right here in your pocket. You
Mhm.
can have at your fingertips, right, to really help with this.
Yes, with the crystals, yes. But there are other ways as well. And so one of the things that becomes really important is for us to learn how to ground ourselves. So the simplest visual for grounding yourself is to have just imagine that you're growing roots through your off of your feet and going down into the earth. And some people say they can be golden roots. They can be whatever color you want them to be.
Wow.
But the idea is that you are centering yourself in
Ooh. See, your energy is affecting the stream right now.
love.
Are you there? Wow. Gina, I don't know if you can hear me, but we just lost the stream on the podcast. It's your energy. Something's going on. Ooh.
Protected.
Can you hear me?
And so that, but get yourself.
So sorry, Gina. It says we have an unstable
Mhm.
internet connection
I
at the moment. So it looks like you're breaking up and you probably don't hear or see me. So there we go. Let's try it again. Gina, are
Okay.
you there? That is bizarre. We just lost the whole stream. So please repeat what you were saying because we did lose. Please
Okay,
go.
so once we're grounded, then we can um, do other things, uh, particularly raising our vibration. And one of the things that we've learned from people over the centuries is that everything is has a different frequency. The more and more the scientists do research and the physicists do research, we learn how important vibration is or frequency is and what we
Mm-hmm.
carry. And so the attitude that we have becomes very important in
Mm-hmm.
terms of what our frequency is. And there are different ways of raising our frequency. One of them is actually going and sitting in nature. So
Mm-hmm.
take 5 minutes, go sit in
Okay.
the park,
Yeah.
take or just listen to beautiful music and calm yourself and coming into that whole process of being at one with what all is around you and allowing it to feel the positive energies coming from the environment that we're in is going to be very important. So once we do that, there is a technique called cutting cords that becomes very, very important. And
Ooh.
I learned about this when I first started studying um, back in 2002. And Doreen Virtue had a chakra clearing
Okay.
CD that she talked
Ooh.
about uh, working with Archangel Michael. And one of the things that Archangel Michael would do, and most people are familiar with Archangel Michael, but for those who are unfamiliar with him, he is the sword of God. And he is the archangel who is the warrior for God. And so what he does for us, and we can, and the thing about archangels is they can help people all over the world. They don't have to be just one at a time. Their energy is so incredible. And so Archangel Michael literally working with his sword, you can ask him to come in and to cut the cords. And this is
Wow.
particularly important because energy vampires will send out these spikes of energy and they land on our back.
Ooh.
And so that becomes very important for us to literally, before we, it's sort of like, um, it's very similar to what I saw on a reel yesterday on Facebook of a
Ooh.
seal coming up into a ship to get cleared of barnacles.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so when you're working with Archangel Michael to literally, and you just do the motion, the
Mm-hmm.
cutting motion, and ask him to help us to clear those little darts that have been put into us to that are from people that are called energy vampires, and they just sort of suck. You know, a lot of times people say, "I just." I don't feel right after being around that person. It just feels like they're trying to suck everything good out of me. And
Amazing.
so this is a way of protecting ourselves and working with it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing all of this. And we just have 2 more minutes left in the show. I just want to make sure we are well on our way to start, winding down and summing up today's show for us. Thank you, Gina.
You're very, very welcome. So did you want me to finish?
Yes, yes,
Are we
yes.
done?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So so those are things that people want to always do is they should, I would say, get some crystals that help us stay protected.
Okay,
Um, that we want to make sure we cut cords. We want to make sure we're
okay,
grounded. And one of the other things that you can do is, and there are thousands of examples of this, is doing mantras
oh,
or chants to protect ourselves. So you find a series of words that
okay.
call in protection. I do a mantra every morning to bring in protection and surround myself. So
Oh,
those are the
beautiful.
things that you can do. Mhm.
Great. Well, let's get started. And if we
Some
want to
of
reach
them.
out to you, please share with us how we do so.
So you can send us an email at info@prismscape.com, PrismsScape, or you can also text us, excuse me, at 319-359-8886 and get in touch with us. Let us know if you have questions.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Pleasure
Okay.
having you here and
Thank you.
looking forward to the next time we speak. I definitely going to use some of these tips and tricks for sure. You have a great day, okay?
Okay.
Thank
You
you, Jean.
too. Thank you so
Always a
much.
pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye bye, sweetheart.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.